Welcome to our third stop on our Lotus 2 base tour, where we are at the Prismatic Palace, my super colorful mega base that I built in the months of November to March. So here we have the entrance of the mega base, which transitions into the Prismatic Paradise, but we have so many fields of flowers. We have one for each of the different Minecraft flowers. We have this really cool tree that I built with some hanging lanterns on it using different colored glass panes. We have a super colorful path that goes all the way around, which also goes around this super cool centerpiece of the base, which is probably one of my favorite parts. It is a circle with each of the colors of the rainbow with a beacon in the middle of it. It looks so much like a color wheel and I love it a lot. But as you can see, so many flowers around. We've got some flowering azalea bushes in front of it. We've got some coral. So there are two different paths along here. One that goes to the entrance of the base, but also one that goes this way, which as you can see, there are even more flower fields. And even one for the wither roses, but this path also connects to Colorland, which will be our fourth and final stop on the Lotus base tour, so definitely make sure to go and check that video out as well to see the full entirety of Colorland. But if we continue back on the path to the front of the mega base, we can go ahead and enter through the front door. So when you enter the mega base, you are met with this really cool little area right here. We have this picture that I made in Blender of all of the color squid variants that we used during the beginning of the season. We've got a little shelf right here. We've got a cherry blossom plant. We've got a colorful carpet, a bed that's supposed to be like a couch, which I slept in a lot. We've got this picture of us with Seaman. We've got one of our rainbow totems here. And over here, we've got a rainbow sheep head, some amethyst, all of the essentials, of course. But the very first room that you see when you enter the mega base is on your left, which is the workbench room. So in here we have all of the workbenches that we would need, like the crafting table, grindstone, stone cutter, all of the necessities. We also have this little table here with the smithing table and some armor trims. And then you have a ladder on the back wall to go up to the second level, which we have a really cool chandelier, as well as some shelves and some anvils, which I used a lot. But exiting back to the hallway, the next room that you see, which is on your right, is the storage room, which I believe is the first room that we built in the mega base. So this is the room I used a lot because it is our storage room with all of our chests. So of course we have very organized chests. On this back wall, there's some over here and some right here. And we have a picture of us in front of the mega base that I also made in Blender. But back to the center, we have two ways that we can go. We can either go this way to continue on with the first floor, or we can go in there to continue on to the second floor, but we are going to continue on with the first floor and come back to that later. So when we enter through this little archway right here, we have another really cool room right here. We have this little bookshelf area right here. We have this nice little area over here with this picture of me, which I really like. We have a super cool, colorful carpet. My Lotus Season 2 member reveal, which was made in Blender by Chespy, I believe. And over here, we have this one of us at CubedCon. But in this area right here, we have 4 different rooms that we can go in. So we're gonna start with the first room, which is our guest bedroom. So in here is very simple. We have 3 beds. Over here, we have this armor stand with some armor on here in case anyone needs a spare of change clothes when they stay the night. We have the picture of us on the first day of Lotus, and this little shelf area right here that people can store stuff in. A very simple room, but it works for a guest room. I also tried to kind of theme each room off of a certain color. So this room was based off of red, orange, and yellow, as you can see. But back out into the center, we can stop by the next room, which is our ore room. And in here is exactly what it sounds like. It is just a room full of ores for us to store all of our ores in. This room turned out really nice. I love the use of ores in like the walls and floor. I'm definitely gonna have to do a room like this again at some point because this is probably one of my favorite things to do. But moving on over here in this back tower, we have our map room. We have a very tall ceiling room. We have barrels all over. We have this spyglass right here, which Seaman did for us, which is really cool. I love that little decoration. And of course, we have our map of the area. As you can see right here, that is where we are right now. That's the Prismatic Palace. We have the Prismatic Paradise right there, Color Country right there, and even Colorland over here, which Colorland looks really cool on the map. But that is our map room. I was originally going to put maps up there as well, but this map was already too big and I did not feel like lagging the server out, so I decided to just do the maps on here. And then finally, the last room on this side of the mega base is our mushroom room, which is a callback to Lotus Season 1. If you didn't know, it is basically just a room full of mushrooms because we had a thing Lotus Season 1 where if your connection or ping was bad, you would just go into the mushroom room and your connection would be fixed. So I just did that as a little callback. But then over here we have another colorful carpet. We have a nice poster over here with the best anime ever, A Squid Can't Communicate, of course. And we have a door to the outside of the mega base. So we have this little porch area right here for you to just sit and enjoy the outside. We have some tulips over here and a nice little path down. As you can see, there are so many more flower fields over here. We have a lot of flowers around here and a bridge over to Corby. But also over here, there is a special thing that I really haven't shown in my videos yet, but we went and made a whole coral reef. I did this on my stream and it looks really cool. So that is a new addition to the area. But back in the mega base, we have this next hallway over here with right on the left, we have our weaponry, which is full of our weapons. We have some swords on the wall over here. We have one of our very cool paintbrushes on this armor stand being shown off. And we have one of our really cool bows, which this bow is actually the very first bow that I ever used before I had to get a new one. So that is the original bow that I used in the beginning of the season. But then right across from it, we have this little fish tank right here with 2 blue and purple fishes, which I really love because I honestly didn't know that there were blue and purple fishes. And when I saw these guys, I was like, these 100% have to be somewhere in the mega base. So we have this little fish tank for them. And then we have some nice pictures on the wall. We have this one of the boys. Then we have Stella at the front of the Prismatic Paradise. And then we go and have our smelting room, which in here, it is just our furnaces. We can load stuff up in that chest back there, click the lever, it goes off and everything gets smelted and put into this chest right here. And then the next room we have right across from the smelting room is our armory. So we have some armor on display with some different armor trims on it. We also have all of the armor trims on the wall, and I put our turtle helmet in here as well. I decided that I am actually going to put my netherite armor on this armor stand right here instead of making my own. So since we're already here, there is all of our netherite armor on the armor stand, and we finally completed this armor set. Leaving that room, we have some more rooms down this way. We have this really cool fan art that I really love a lot by Ghost of the Noob. And we have the next tower over here, which is our lava room. So as you can see, a lot of lava, but I really love this room. I went in doing this room with absolutely no plan at all, and it turned out really cool with the lava up there as the kind of chandelier type thing, and just all of our lava, which I use for fuel for our smelting room. And then down this way, we have 3 more rooms. So we have our living room right here, which entering it is a very cozy room. We have some bookshelves over here. We have this couch in this corner. We have a great view of Colorland, and we have this picture of us on Fever Dream. Continuing on, we have this big picture of Toddler Squid, and it says, "Excuse me, sir, I lost my mom while looking at Legos. Can you help me find her?" But then we have 2 little tables of things. Over here, we have another picture of us, Seaman, and Cube. But across from that, we have our dining room over here, which is really cool because you can sit here and you have another great view of Colorland over there. We have this nice little shelf here and, you know, just a place for you to eat. But these 2 rooms right here are really cool because you have the dining room here, but you can also enter through this doorway right here, which takes you to the kitchen. So you have just a nice little kitchen here. We have some food on the walls, some different paintings, and then we have a storage room right here to store all of our food, and then a pantry over here to store some more food. But then there's also this doorway right here, which you can exit or enter from if you just want to go through the kitchen. So that is the full tour of the first floor. Now we can go back to the start of the mega base, and we can enter through this middle tower, which takes you to this very nice little room right here. I didn't really know what to do for this room, but I think it turned out really cool. And then you have the stairs to the second floor. So you can either exit off of here, or you can continue on up to the 3rd floor. But we are going to continue on with the 2nd floor. So up in the 2nd floor, we kind of have another room like the bottom one of the staircase with just some random stuff in it. We have a little clock here. We have some shelves with some different things on it. We also have this picture of us in Color Country, which is really cool, and some rainbow banners that I made, which are also the ones that I used on my wings and my shield. But then we have this nice little archway for a door, which takes you out into this little area right here, which I really like. We have this picture of me with a sniffer flying. We've got this little couch area right here. We have me and Seaman as Squid Wonka and Seaman Wonka. And we have one of my favorite Blender pictures of the season, which is me laying on the middle centerpiece, which is what I use for my end card. But this first room right here, we have our spa/lounge room, which is a very peaceful place to go. You can come in here and place all of your things. These are kind of supposed to be like lockers, so you can place all your things in there and then just enjoy the spa lounge room. We have this hot tub right here, so you can just kind of sit in it and enjoy yourself. We have this picture of me with an allium. We have another little seating area right here with one of my favorite little plant display decoration things. But then up here, we have this little area. I never decorated this area. I kind of forgot about it, but Seaman went and built this chair so you can just sit here and look out. And I kind of thought it was funny, so I just left it here. And then we have this little drink machine thing. But basically, after talking with a lot of people, no one really knew what to do up here. So we just kind of decided that we would just have this area as a little balcony, which if you want to take a risk, you can just come here and then jump right into the hot tub, which is kind of dangerous, but hey, you know, it's kind of fun as well. But exiting that room, we can continue on past the stairway room, we have this cool little painting. This was just one of the ones in the immersive painting thing that they have, same as that one. And then we have the normal Minecraft painting, of course. But we have this little room right here with this really cool carpet and 4 more rooms. So this over here, we have a storage closet, which is not much. It is just supposed to be for you to store some stuff, whatever you're supposed to store in a storage closet. And then this one right here, we have an aquarium, which we have our axolotls. You can't really see them because of the shaders, but you can see the yellow one swimming around in there. I really like this room. It's really cool to just come in here and be able to see the axolotls. And then right here, we have the magical meadow room. Spidey can't talk in here. That's what Seaman added to it, because Spidey can't talk in here because he was banned from the magical meadow. But this is a little memorial to my Lotus Season 1 base. So we have our very nice Fairy Squid the movie poster. We have a picture of us, one of the most memorable parts of the movie. And then we have the end card that I made of all of the important characters. And over here we have a cookie. And of course, Rip Not the Watcher, the parrot that I named Not the Watcher, and he ended up dying on the Wither Roses. Oh yeah, and we have the little mini model of the magical meadow, which I really love. And then finally, for this little part of the room, we have our mob head room, which of course is what it sounds like. It's a room full of mob heads. Of course, a very scaled down one compared to the one I had in my Lotus Season 1 base, but it is still cool with all of the mob heads in it. But now, continuing on, we have this little bookshelf thing right here to add something into this area. We have another picture of us at CubeCon. We have this little bench right here so you can look out and see the water if you want. We have this picture of me swimming in the coral reef. But then the first room that we have over on our left is the end room, which is a room full of the things from the end. So we have the dragon head right here. We have purple walls, of course. We have a shulker box and just all of the things that you can get from the end. Then we have this really cool shelf thing right here that I really love, and just some more decorations on the wall to make it less empty. And then we have probably one of my favorite rooms in the mega base, which is the plant room. So this is just a really cool room full of plants, which I really love how this room turned out. It is so peaceful in here and it looks so cool with shaders as well. I have not seen the mega base really with shaders, so this is really cool to see. But then we have our library right here, which is just full of books. We have 2 lecterns with 2 of the memorable books of this one that Dan gave us when he stole all of our alliums, and then this one when Chespy gave us Corby. But then the final room of the second floor is our party room. We were gonna end up making this into a secret door, but we never had the chance to, so it is just open for anyone. As you can see in here, very party-like. We have some cake and some sea pickles. We have some balloons. That picture of me from my Fever Dream birthday thumbnail. We've got a little seating area right here. We have this really cool picture that Seaman made in Blender for Season 1. We have a DJ table with, of course, the best music, the squid dance music, and all of our emotes, as well as a disco ball. I almost forgot about that. That is the end of the second floor. So if we go back in here and continue up the stairs, we can go to the third level of the mega base. Now we are up here into the first room of the third floor. It's basically the middle room, the staircase room, to kind of show where everything is. But first, to complete the first tower, we have this ladder up, which takes us into this room up here, which is basically supposed to be like an observatory. So we have a bunch of nether stars up here. We have some skulk up there, and just basically everything that you would basically use for like looking at stars and stuff. We have some rockets, we have a clock, we have some spyglasses around. This is the tallest tower, so this has the tallest view of the area, so as you can see the view from here. But going back down, we can either go this way or we can go this way. So we are going to start this way, which is where our enchanting and potion room is. So this just takes you outside, which we have a bunch of walkways, which takes us to each of the different towers. So if we go to the right, we are met with our potion room, which inside we have a room full of things for us to brew up some potions. We have a bunch of brewing stands, some nether wart, all of it. But then we have our enchanting room in the purple tower, which is just a room for our enchanting table. And then we can either go out this way, or we can go back out through this door and go back up to the staircase and to the other side. We can go to my room, the greenhouse, or Seaman's room. So right across from the staircase, we have my room, which is in the magenta tower. So in here, of course, we just have all of the things that would make me me. We have this picture of us with Corby. We have this picture of me on Fever Dream with alliums. We have a picture of us with Seaman and Chespy. We have some squid heads around. We have some amethyst, a rainbow totem, purple mini block, but this is our room. Oh, and we have a balcony. I can't forget about the balcony, because you can just stand here and you can look out at Colorland, you can look out at the whole area out here. But then out this way, we are brought to the green tower, which of course is our greenhouse. So in here, we basically have another plant room. I want to think that this area is kind of where everything is grown, and then in the plant room is where we store everything. So we have some bees in here to kind of pollinate the area. We have a bunch of vines, glowberries, different plants in pots. But then out of the greenhouse, we can go back to our room. And finally, if you go back through this door, we have two last rooms, which Seaman went and decorated these. So in here, we have Seaman's little room that he built. He's got some barrels right here. This one has all of the Colorland vote tokens in them. And then one of the books that he got from the casino. And then up here, he has his bed with some music. He's got Petal right here, a squid head up there. But it is a very cozy room. I really like it how he added a second level to it to give him some more room. And finally, in here, we have this art room that Seaman built. It has a bunch of hanging signs, skulk, and amethyst clusters. And that is the entirety of the Prismatic Palace. I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. There were a lot of things that I did off camera, which wasn't shown in any videos, so it was cool getting to show you guys all of it. But all we have left for tour videos is Colorland, which is our next and final stop on the Lotus base tour. So I will see you guys then. Bye!